Yeah, guys, it's been a while. It wouldn't have been that long, but it had been that long since I last filmed anything that I filmed it all portrait, not landscape. And then when I come to edit it, I realised what I'd done, so that got binned. Yeah, so we're going to try and get back into the swing of things and keep updates regularly. I've got quite a bit to do today. Well, this video is going to be over the last while, not just today. So yeah, let's get on with it. I'll go through some jobs with you. What are we up to first today? I have got, and I'm quite excited about it to be fair, I've got a mulberry tree. I've been after one, but it's always been on my mind. Wouldn't mind having a mulberry tree. And yeah, I've always kept my eye open when I've gone in the garden centres, and I've never seen one. Until I went in a garden centre, I never go in, and I found one. Now it was a little, well, I don't think it was expensive. It was just more than what I've paid for apple and pear trees that we've got on here. You know, I usually buy the apple and pear trees when they're in Asda and Tesco. They're like, you get like a bare root one for a tenner, or it's like £2.15 usually. This old tree was a little bit more expensive, but it wasn't bare root, it was potted. I had some birthday money from relatives left over, so it's a little treat off them. So yeah, I'm made up to have it. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna get that planted today. I'll take you through that. I've got some bulbs to plant, more bulbs, just gonna get them in the borders and tidying up, loads of tidying up to do. I had a bit of a burn the other week and we got through a load of the rubbish, burnt out a load of rubbish. Say rubbish, you know, brambles that have been cut down, rotten bits of wood. So yeah, let's have a look about. I'm just trying to make my mind up where this tree's gonna go. So once I've decided, I'll let you know. So if we look along this border, it's all wood chipped, and then it gets to there and there's that grassy bit. Now I was going to wood chip it all the way up to there, across there, but I didn't get round to it, and now I've not got round to it. Through the grass here, these are tulips. There's a big bed of tulips here, all in there, and then all along the fence line here there's tulips, and I think further up there's some hyacinth, and there's all sorts in there. But that was all going to be wood chipped over, so we'd have it like these. So these are growing through here. I don't think that's tulip, that could be hyacinth, or it could even be daffodil. There's all sorts in under there. These are ones of tulips that are coming through here. So I'm thinking mulberry tree there, in line with a path, so it casts a shadow up there. And then I would chip all that over now up to there. I've got enough wood chip to do it. The only thing, it might knock these tulips on the head for the year, but I mean, if I get the cardboard on, absolutely soak it, hopefully they'll push through. But we'll wait and see. We might lose them. That's one of the possibilities. Other possibility is about here behind me, further up in the border, about here. But that one there, I'd have to move. It's some currant of some sort. I cannot remember what it is. I'd have to move that somewhere else, move that further up, leave that as grass for this year, and then wood chip over it next year. Or where am I looking? Not that way, that way. The wide front border. Do we go in there with a mulberry tree? The only thing we go in there is we've got an apple tree here. We've got a rose bush, climbing rose behind it, rose bush. A magnolia tree there. And then the other side of the pond, there's another apple tree there that needs straightening up. So I could go in the middle there. I wanted to keep that for like, I don't know. But would there be too many trees? I could just go right in the middle of that. Sort of where I'm pointing there. And come straight up with the tree there. I don't know. I really don't know. You know what? I think that might be the best bet. Do I go there? Or do we go up there? Well, the thing is, we're going up here. These tulips are going to look a right mess. You know, with the grass growing around them anyway. So these here. So I'm not going to be able to mow it with a lawnmower because of the tulips. Do I just wood chip it and go here with the tree? At least here with the tree, up this end, it's a little more sheltered. Not that apparently they're quite hardy. It's a little more sheltered up here, isn't it? A little more sheltered. Either end is in the sun all day. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to get it planted here. I've got enough cardboard to cover this area over, and then I've got enough wood chips to cover that, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get on with that as a first job. And we'll see what goes on from there. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. So, this is our mulberry tree. So I've just dug it all there. I'm going here with it. It's going here. And yeah, that's where it's going to stay. It's going to cast a shadow along the path there. Height of the day. Cast it onto the lawn for most of the day, and late in the evening it'll go that way. So I'm not fussed with that going there at all. That's brilliant. Just gonna go there. I've dug it a little bit deep. I'm just gonna lift it up. I'm gonna bring it up slightly and then cover it in wood chip. So hopefully next time you see this will be covered in wood chip. Need to see if I've got a block, and I'll run a edge in there as well, but that can wait, to be honest. So this is what I've done here. That's the mulberry tree in there. I've wood chipped it with this. So I started off, sure there's a lighter bit there. That's the newly delivered stuff. We had a delivery a month or so ago. It's about the last of that. Now there was probably enough still to fill this dark a bit. Fresh wood chips, they say these sap the nitrogen out the ground. I want to give that tree the best chance possible. So I had in one of my compost bays, there's probably about a wheelbarrow left, but there was a couple of wheelbarrows full of the wood chips from when we put the floor down. Not the floor, but you know, when we did all the paths, which will be 2.5 years old now. Yes, it's been sat in a compost bay rotting down, and to be fair, it's more of a mulch than a wood chip. So I've covered around the tree and up the border with that. I've just hung the hose from the fence, and I'm just, that patch where the tulips are growing through, I'm just absolutely soaking it, giving them the best chance of breaking through, softening up that cardboard so they'll grow through, hopefully, and it'll keep the grass down underneath it. So I'm going to leave that soaking for a bit, and I'm going to get on with a couple more jobs. So this is another job that I just got on with. I should have done a before picture actually, because it was absolutely minging in here. But, you know, we still had, this bench still had the pots with what was left of the pepper plants in it. There was still a couple of tomato plants in here. I'd been really lazy with not packing it down at the end of, at the end of autumn sort of thing. So we've had a good clean up. I say clean up, we've had a tidy up, should we say. The glass is absolutely filth, especially this side that gets the sun on it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, like see here, the glass is absolutely filthy. I think that's going to be a job for another day. We'll definitely, before we plant in here, we'll get this glass cleaned because it's minging. And to be fair, we didn't clean it last year. The year before, all the glass got cleaned before it came in. Well, 80% of the glass got cleaned before it got put in. So yeah, we'll give it a good, when we get round to it, we'll clean the glass, we'll have a good brush up. But to be fair, we've had a brush up. But, something's been in here eating sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds on the floor. I think there's a mouse. I found a mouse in the greenhouse too, but not in the greenhouse, in the shed. I think I've scared him out the shed and he's come in the greenhouse. Yeah, so no, that's another job done, that's ticked off. So, let's do some tidying up out here. So, I've got some bulbs to plant. These are just from, were they from B&M or on bargains? B&M, went in the other day. Spring bulbs, they were they 50p a bag? They were either 50p or a quid a bag, can't remember. So I got 2 packs of crocus and 2 packs of daffodils. Not daffodils, tulips. Now there's a reason they were reduced. It's because the spring bulbs, and really, they should be in the ground by now. But we'll plant them now. They either come up this year. If they don't, it'll be a nice surprise for next year. They'll come up the year after. So we're going to get them in around the pond. I don't know what to do. I'm going to put some around the pond and then some on that front border. I want to start filling that front border with plants. We'll do a pack of crocus and a pack of tulips in here somewhere, and then same again over on the border over there. And then I've got some a little special that are going to go in the front border. So I'll show you them in a little bit. So that's that. I've got a couple, one lot there, and then over there where it's still got. That's all I've done with them. I've just moved the wood chip out the way, took a bit of soil back. The wood chip's quite deep over here. It is a good 6 to 8 inches deep. But as you can see here, these are growing through. These are growing through. A lot of them are Spanish bluebells. The plot, there was a patch, the plot was covered in them when I got it. So every time I dig and I find them, I just chuck them back in around the pond. But no, so yeah, they're growing through 8 inches of wood chip. So I don't see any reason why the crocus won't. The tulip definitely will. They grow quite tall, don't they? But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. We've got these are what are a little bit special. So, like I said, I went to the garden centre I don't usually go to. No cuts, not cuts, not cuts. Decent, yeah. Very expensive compared to other places. I went and had a look for. I'd gone in for a new electric propagator. You know, one of them. What is it? The Super 7, the Garland. Yeah, Garland Super 7, the windowsill one. I went in looking for one of them because I had a voucher to use in there, and I found one of them in there, but it was 20 quid more than what it was in B&Q. So I wasn't going to buy it just for the sake of having a voucher. So I started having a look around, got outside, and they had a pick a mix bulb thing, and these, I'd never seen these before. These are criniums. I'll try and put a little box up here, picture of what they are. I took a picture of the pick a mix label, so to say. I can't remember the price, but it'll say on that picture if I put it on. Yeah, I got them, and I got some, I think most people will know what these are, dahlia tubers. The criniums were 2 for however much, and the dahlias were 3 for however much. So I thought, yeah, we'll do that. The dahlias, I think I'm going to use one of my raised planter beds. So, where are we looking? Maybe one of these beds here, there. One of these 2 end beds. I think the first 3 beds, so there's 4 beds in a row there, 8 in total down that strip of 2. The first 3 up towards the greenhouse. Yeah, first 3 up towards the greenhouse. We're going to put a squash tunnel up there, a better and stronger one than last year. So these 2 end beds, I think one of them we'll do it as a dahlia bed, and hopefully we'll have cut flower in it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do there. So these ones, the criniums, I think I'm going to put them up near where we've put the mulberry tree. Yeah, definitely, yeah. So we'll go and put them up there now, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. For these criniums, it says, so February to plant, February to April. So we're bang in the middle of that now. What did it say? 30 to 40 centimetres apart, and plant with the neck showing. So I've got the bulb planter, and I've done 3. One hole wasn't quite wide enough, so I've done 3 in a sort of triangle shape. I'm going to take a little bit more out the bottom, sit that in, and then cover it up. So it's one of them. I don't. Yeah, it's one of them with it saying so the next showing. How high do I want to come out the wood chip and how much do I want in the soil? So I'm just going to take it a little deeper in the soil. It'll still have a bit of neck showing, but the majority of the neck will be in the wood chip, if you get what I mean. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get on with these two, and then we'll sort something else out. So that's just the tip of it, showing out the wood chip. And like you say, the wood chip about probably that deep, so the neck's that far into the wood chip, and then you're down a bit further. So I've just cleared them 4 beds there. They looked like that before we started, and then they look like that. We'll move on to them ones now. So that's them beds done. Started on them. So that's them beds done. Started on them. I think I'm going to put the dahlias in that one. I'll do that in a minute. It took a bit longer than what I expected. One of my mates turned up, so I've been chatting to him for a bit, but yeah, that's about me for the day now, guys. As you can see behind me, mulberry trees in. I've had a quick weed of these beds, that one, and one, that one, that have got the garlic and onions in. Parsnips, they can stay there, they're doing sound. I'll take it up the top, show you what we've been up there. Just letting that finish burning off. Burning off all the rubbish we've been digging out. Just gonna smoulder away that for a while. But yeah, that's them beds cleared. Had a quick doing over that, it wants going through properly. Them and them done. Put the dahlias in there, didn't show you, just wanted to get on with it. And that's looking that way. We've got that mess of the old arch to clean up. I was going to see if I could salvage a bit of it and do it over the gate, but I don't know. So yeah, we've got a few jobs ticked off there. I've just had a quick clean up in the pond as well. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if it was water buttercup, maybe. You can see it behind me there. So that was one plant, it's now 3 plants, and so yeah, it sort of took over. But to be fair, it gets these, I think it is water buttercup. It gets like yellow flowers about yay big all over it, and it does well in the pond. So it obviously does well. It was 1 plant, it's now 3 plants. The smallest one's bigger than how big it was when we bought it. So all the bulbs have been finding their way through it there. Where I've been knelt down there, you've only got to move a bit of wood chip and there's something else poking through. So hopefully in a couple of weeks that'll be all alive. I'm sure it's mainly spring bulbs as well around there. Spring bulbs, and then, oh yeah, we didn't see them last year because of all the grass that overtook it, but there's gladioli in there as well for the summer. So we'll have to see what comes of them. Oh yeah, that's about it. I said, I'm waiting for that to finish to smoulder off a bit, and I'm going to head off home. Just looking down the plot behind me. I thought we were going to be miles away for spring, but we're not. We're a few more jobs to do. Need to get in the brassica house. I didn't grow in it last year because of all we had going on. Well, to be fair, I put that 1 purple sprouting broccoli in. We might get a few bits off that soon. But yeah, so all that needs sorting out properly. Archway beds need sorting out. And over there, oh, I cleared out the comfrey bed as well. I know, terrible, I should have put it in before it all dried out. But that, on top of that is comfrey's dead, dried, last year's comfrey. And if we look down here, you can see the green shoots where it's coming through. Now, some of these, I can't believe how big some of these plants are now. So all that is 1 plant. So I bought these as root cuttings, and they come to a little piece about that big. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 plants in there. There's 8 plants in there, so I think I'm gonna have to move some. So anyway, guys, that's me. Sun's gonna set soon. We're gonna lose the light soon. Well, I've had a nice afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it down here. So we've got on with a few more bits left to do. I'm going home. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, Subscribe if you want. It's up to you. See you later.